Day 10. Okay, maybe you're wondering, what are all this really about, Lena? Like, what are you doing here? What are all these videos about? Because I know, maybe it looks like, I talk about many different things like this past 10 days. One day I talk about childhood, another day about ADHD, autism, and then parenting. Then sometimes I touch on the law, real estates, and then I talk about leadership, and then family, legacy, emotional healing. And maybe you're thinking, really, Lena, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to create? What is this all about? And I think that's a fair question. So let me try and clarify it a bit. Honestly, I am still discovering it too. I think the simple answer that I can put it in is this. My heart cares about generational impact. Maybe it's from my childhood, from my past experiences, and from what I see as well around me when I work with children and also helping my own children. I think all of this is about how my life can be a blessing to other people, and I also want to be able to inspire others to do the same, to pay it forward. And I really want to bless the next generation as well with whatever I have. So for me personally, I think all these topics are connected somehow because life is connected. It doesn't happen in silos. We don't live in separate boxes. Our childhood affects our parenting. I've learned that. Our family patterns, how we are raised, affect the way that we lead, whether it's at home or whether it's in our workplaces or in communities. And our emotional health, our emotional intelligence and maturity affects our relationships, whatever it is, whether it's home relationships with our closest and dearest, whether it's relationships in the workplace. And our values affect how we look at and plan for the future, our beliefs and our behaviors. Our faith also affects how we see other people and how we see our life as having purpose in this earth that we're living in. Everything, I believe, touches everything. So over the next 90 days that I have left with the videos, I'll keep sharing stories and lessons that I have come across in my life. Some from my childhood, some from parenting Gabe and Zane, some from my marriage, some from the perspective of autism, ADHD, and neurodiversity generally, from my own ADHD journey and diagnosis recently, and some others would be from my experience in the legal field, maybe in wills and estates, having family conversations, my faith, my lessons in leadership that I learned from John Maxwell as a coach and trainer, and also my own personal growth journey over the years. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sharing all this not because I am the absolute expert or that I have all the answers. I really don't. I don't have all the answers as I'm still learning myself. I'm still growing, walking the path of healing, and I'm still making mistakes. I am still struggling, and I'm just still always trying every day. But what I think why I think I'm sharing all this is maybe something that I've lived through, something that I've failed, and I've learned on the lessons, and I'm still learning. Maybe it can encourage someone else, and I hope it does. So I want to talk about things that families often avoid, those hard conversations and facing the emotional patterns that we have been shaped with, preparing for the future, understanding our children and supporting them, forgiving the past that we've gone through, and understanding that to how it's shaped us to who we become today, to become healthier adults so that we can build better relationships overall and learn how to pass on something better to our next generation, our children, our grandchildren, and so on. And not just passing on the legacy of money, of wealth, but of wisdom, of deep faith and courage and love, and most importantly, emotional safety, so that we don't have to repeat and keep passing on unhealthy patterns in our life. So this is one of the reasons that I talk about leadership as well, because leadership is influence, and about parenting, because parenting is just basically leadership at home, our influence at home. And why I talk about law and legacy, because planning well is actually an act of love that we're showing our families that one day we might leave behind, that by planning well, their life will be better when we're not around. And the reason why I talk about neurodiversity is because all of us are created unique, and being different is not less at all. It's just being different because we're all created different. And I want to talk about emotional healing as well, because I've learned that what we don't recognize, what we don't know, what we can't see, we often repeat again and again, and it happens over generations. And for me personally, I want it to stop with me, with this generation, and build a better generation for my children in whatever way I can. So after all that, my hope for this space that I'm trying to create is really simple. I just hope that every video can give someone something useful. I'm still on a very new learning journey, so I hope I have your grace. I'll share stories, maybe answer some questions if you have any, and hopefully I offer some comfort and encouragement, and to help you all see a new way to see yourselves, as being amazing and being great inside. And I want to remind you that you're not alone. We're all walking this journey. We all need a little push sometimes to have conversations that we've been avoiding. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here the last 10 days. Honestly, I don't exactly know where the next 90 days will go, but I just want to use my voice, what has been entrusted to me, my stories, my failures, my faith, and everything that I've learned to encourage someone else out there. Even if it's just one person, that is enough for me. Thank you so much, and please let me know what kind of conversations, what kind of topics you would like me to talk about in my next videos maybe. Be blessed, and I'll see you in the next one.